So I'm going to show you very quickly something that I'm working on in Autobiography, and then introduce you to the panelists. You all are the first to see this. I'm so excited. It's not quite ready yet, but I've been working on it for about 3 years. And it is a web resource that will be used with my forthcoming book, Swag Diplomacy, using 200 African American travel memoirs as mentoring guides for youth empowerment. And so what I've done in the past 3 years is collect autobiographies of Black people who have traveled abroad. And this is everyone from Mahalia Jackson and Richard Pryor to Jack Johnson, obviously Du Bois, and Anna Julia Cooper, 200 African Americans who've traveled for religion to Africa as missionaries, traveled for political purposes, for arts and culture, or to study abroad. And I've put this together because for the past 2 years I've been teaching this mentoring at-risk youth class. This is a curriculum for that class. And Du Bois is one of the many that I argue if African American students, this is middle school, elementary school, high school, college, graduate students, if we had a clearer sense of the history, then we would have a better guide to understand what we should do in life, in school, and in work. And so Du Bois is clearly one of those that can help us understand history, geography, vocabulary, and poetry. And so that's how I'm using Autobiography. And this is a database and software called ViewShare created by Library of Congress that is an interactive map where you can see where Alice Walker or Althea Gibson or Amanda Smith traveled. And if you search by traveler, you can see all of the places that Dr. Du Bois traveled. And there are links. And so this is meant to be a curriculum where, and we have to fix the pictures and things, we're still working on it, where he went to Russia in 1926. It has a link to his autobiography and biographies where young researchers can learn about geography from people who actually went there. And older academics, senior scholars can really have the geographical setting to start doing this comparative work with online resources. So that's how I'm using Autobiography. And the final thing that I will close with is that I'm also including poetry, because when I work with kids, those who are intimidated by language can always write a haiku poem, because it's 5-7-5. It's 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. And with respect to Sonia Sanchez, I kind of played with it and changed the syllables to words. So this is the poem that I wrote for Dr. Du Bois. It's called Credo. Do life's work with no apologies. Disciplined professor hopes, races impatiently, humbly attached, dutifully agitating Atlantis oceans, peacefully, vindicating human souls, suffering indignities. And what I'll do is break that down. Each of those words has something to do with peacefully. He was a peace activist. Humbly attached. He was attached. He was a subjective scholar, right? He was attached to his scholarship. So those are the ways that I'm inspired by Du Bois, I'm inspired by Du Bois's life, and I'm inspired by these 3 texts.